computer. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming for this orientation meeting. I'm starting in English so that everybody can follow. Or Telugulo pedamantara?
No, let's go with English and the kids are kids.
Yeah. So let's start with it. So this is just a overview of how we start or the pre-steps that we need for the tournament, what we need to do before going into the tournament, and what we expect in the tournament, on the day of the tournament and later on that. So the first step is, I know most of you have created the leeches org IDs. So that is the first step. So let me create one so that quickly I can show you a kind of a demo. So what I'll do is I'll log off my ID. So when you go to leechess.org, this is how the screen will appear. So what you do is, when you go to the sign in screen and you say register. So this is like the first time you're creating an ID. I know most of you have done, but there are few people who still need to create just IDs. And so for them, for their benefit, I'm showing this one. So if you create a register, you need to choose your username. So username could be, say, anything. So LATA test user. I'm just putting a name. So you can put whatever the name you want. And then create your own password. And then put your email, lata@udtennis.com. And then you agree. And those are the simple steps that you need to do. So what I did is I created a user, password, and email, and agree to the terms. So just register. So it's going to send an email to you. So it says,
Question, Andy.
Yeah, Japan.
So this is the user ID that will be used to identify yourself as a player, right? Within leeches.
Within leeches, yes.
Okay.
And we need this for each and every participant. Some families, what they did is they created one user ID for 3 or 4 participants from that family. So I told them, I went back and said that each participant had to create this one ID. So I'm just repeating that one. So if 2 adults and 2 kids are there, so we need to have 4 registered IDs for leeches2org so that a player can identify. I'll show you what is the importance of this one. I'll show you in the next slides. But each individual participant have to have their own IDs. Okay. So what?
Quick request, Andy. Can we do the Q&A at the end so that we don't break the flow?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we created the user ID. So you can go back to your email and then check your IHS, which says leeches, confirm your leeches org account, LATA test user. So just click on it. It will take you there. So this is our step 1 under. So step 1 you just create the ID. And then you also need to join the LATA group as well. So most of the people, they didn't join. I need to tell them. And even now, I think we have like 101, 120 players in the group. So there are like 45 or 46 players need to join the group. For them, I'll show you how to join it. So when you come here, so this is your logged in. So that's how you can see this ID. If somebody is asking what is your ID in leeches, this is the one. You need to say LATA test user is my user ID. And then that way they know how to challenge you and go forward things. So the second step is you need to join the team. How you join it? Go to community and teams, click on teams. It will show all the teams that you have. So what you need is simply just type in LATA and search for it. You press enter and then it will come up these things. So you just click on that one. That's it. You are join team, you're good. So now you have like 123 members. So how do I see all those members? Or currently here on your left side. So I'm in the LATA group. On the left side, you can see all the members of this group. So if somebody says like, find my ID in here, so these are the IDs. And these people, the dark green ones are online right now. And these people, they are not online. Okay. So in the next steps, I will show you like, okay, if you're playing with player one and versus player two, then we need to know like how. Okay. Let us come back to that one. Okay. So the first step is creating the ID and joining the user group. And the second thing is we have a WhatsApp group. So most of the people, they join the WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, let us know, and then we'll send a link for you, and then you can join the group. This group we are using for mainly for the communication. Even now, the kids are using for their practices. Hey, I'm free right now. Anybody wants to practice with me, like that. And then they're like, oh, okay, what is your user ID? And then they're exchanging the communication style. So we are using the WhatsApp group right now for the communication. And some parents are asking, hey, how do I do this one? Or how do I create my ID? Or how do I join the LATA group? People are asking questions. And also, we are posting the next meeting. Okay, we have a meeting on Monday, when can you join? So we posted the meeting link over there. So all the communications are happening in the WhatsApp group. Of course, we'll send an email as well, but WhatsApp group is very quick. So somebody can attend to it right away. So if you haven't joined it, please join the WhatsApp group. Okay. And one of the good important thing is the grouping. There are a lot of questions on this morning in the group saying that, are we having men's group or adults group or boys, girls, what ages? So this is what it is. For the men's, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. One is the adults group, above 18. We have boys 13 to 17 years, boys 11 to 12 years, boys 9 to 10, and boys under 9 years. And there might be a question how we did this one. We did this one based on the number of entries, So right now we have like 167 participants. So we differentiated and created the different IDs so that everybody gets an opportunity. And each roughly on the boys side, we have about 84 to 86 players playing, and roughly put like about 20 to 25 people in each group. So that is how we came up with. And then under the women, we have women adults, and then girls 11 to 17 and girls under 11 directly. Okay. So this is how we are grouped. And then we also going to check, we're just going with the good faith, saying that, okay, if somebody falls under 10 years or 11 years, but there is a difference in the category here. And it's basically, it's not a good idea for the senior people going down and playing with the kids, and so beating them. So probably if LATA reserves a right to check your age group. So if somebody says, hey, I'm 9 years old, but you are actually like 13 years, we may come back and ask your date of birth proof, okay? Just be aware on that one. So if there is any change that you need to make, so you made some mistake in the registration, let us know. We'll do that, okay? The next one is based on the groups, individual groups, we know how many participants. So how we are doing the pairings, so within the group, how we are doing the pairings. We are using some online program, and this online program randomly generates the pairing. So you don't know with whom you are playing. We know that there are 10 people or 10 players in one group or 20 players, but we don't know who is playing with who. So you put all those people in one group, and then we randomly generate a pairing. So once we generate the pairing, what we do is we provide an online link. So if you put this online link, then once you know this, click on the link, you will see everything like on the page. I'll show you one. I'll show you a small demo here. The naming convention, we are using particular naming so that we can identify what is your participant name, what is the participant grouping. Grouping means what age group is playing. And what is this dchess.org. For example, GU11. So that means girls under 11. Okay, and then it could be anything. I said like, let me change this to B. Boys under 11. And I just took some random names. So this is a group. So that is a category he's participating. Who is participating? His name is Praveen. His actual name is Praveen. But he goes with Gottam P, Gottam P on leeches.org. And then there's a one more name, B 9 to 10. That means it's boys 9 to 10 category. And then his name is Akhil Pisupadi. And then this is the ID. Got it? So what I'll do is I'll just take one example of how to generate. Okay. Testing for tournament draws. Okay. And this is a single knockout round, so it's we don't change anything. So we put all the names here. So I'm just putting like a boys 9 to 10 category, player 1, player 2, player 3. So these are the names, and then this is a leeches ID. So though I typed in like now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm saying randomize the seeds. So I want to, these are the participants in the B boys 9 to 10 group. And then we just say generate. So this is how it's going to be generated. So ID player 2 is playing versus player 6, player 7 playing versus player 1, player 8 is playing versus player 3, player 5 versus player 4. So it's all random. So there's no question of like now who's doing favor or anything. There's nothing like that. And if you have ninth player, the ninth player might be getting a there's no opponent, so he might directly go into the ninth round number 2. Okay. So what happens is once we generate it, we provide this ID for you, the link. So you can click on the link and then see, okay, what's my group? Whom am I playing with? So if you are player 2, then you're playing versus player 6, right? So what you need to remember is, okay, what is my opponent's ID? So that is more important here. Say for example, in the leeches, this one, so I said I need to play with against GOTTAMP. So what we need to do is we go to the leeches website, right? So I think it kicked off me. Okay, we are here. So what we do is when you log in, always go to the Teams page. I think right now I'm there, but always go to the Teams page, and then you can see what is my team here. So you already joined the LATA team. Click on that one. Okay, where is my user ID? Where is my user ID? I mean those settings. So these are my user IDs on the left. So you just need to remember, go back and find out, okay, what is my player? I mean, I'm my opponent player. So this is your opponent player. So you go here, find out. So GVOT is, I don't know if this player is online here. Or I'll just pick up a random player. Say Chinmay Champ. Okay, this is my user.
You Control F maybe?
No, we can do Control F, but I'll just show this one. So you click on this guy, or you can click, or you can directly place the cursor. That's a different thing. So you can click and then you can challenge. So who is challenging who? LATA test user is challenged Chinmay_champ. So I just picked up because he or she is there online. So click challenge again. Okay. So who's challenging? I'm challenging. LATA test user challenging. And then a standard game. And always check for the real time. Okay, this is important. The real time. This is where we are playing a time based. And then minutes per slide is 20 minutes. So initial rounds, we decided it will be 20 minutes. And if you are qualified for the semifinals and finals, we are going to increase the time. So we'll let you know how that works. For the initial round, just remember it's mere 20 minutes per each side. and 0 increments. Okay, just remember this setting. I mean, I already posted in the WhatsApp group. I'll post it again. So, but this is how your game setting should be. So standard, real time, 20 minutes per side, and 0 increments. Casual, and then this is what you need to choose. Basically, you need to choose a random side. You should not choose a black or a white. So that's not the thing. So you should choose a random side. Okay. So when you choose a random side like this, the challenger will see this screen. Chinmay, if you are on online, I mean, can you accept the challenge? Yeah. You see, this is how it starts. Thank you, Chinmay. And now what happens is since this is a time game, so each player will have his own 20 minutes. So they have 20 minutes, we have 20 minutes. So you start playing the game, and probably most of the chess players, they know what is a time game. So I'll just let you know. The time game means your time will start when you start put a step. Say, for example, I'm playing white. And Chinmay, can you step one more step? Just place one step. Yeah. See, now my time started. So it's going down. So that means I have this much time left. And then I does, hello. So I just did. So now the opponent time also started. So this is how you're going to do it. Okay. Any questions, anything, we can talk about it now or later, but this is how it is going to be. And in case if this results in a draw situation, like, or nobody wins this board, then what happens is we are going to rematch with a 5-minute rapid round. Instead of 20 minutes, there will be a time 5 minutes round. So that probably not everybody will go through that one, but just in case if somebody says nobody wins, so then what is the situation? If nobody wins, we'll do a rematch between the same players, but instead of 20 minutes, we'll do a 5 minutes. So that means players has to play rapidly. That's a fast chess. Okay.
Who is supposed to initiate the rapid round?
The challenge game in the initial, anybody can challenge it. Anybody can challenge. Only thing is what you need to do is you need to know you need to check your draws and then see who is there. So between these two players, anybody can do it. Okay.
What if nobody won in the rapid 5-minute?
No, rapid fire usually they will have a winner because you don't have time to react. Usually there will be a winner. So for example, if you don't have it, we have to do a rematch, obviously, again.
Okay.
Okay, because usually even in the chess tournaments, in the outside tournaments also, that's called as a 5 minutes is a very quick game. You don't have time. So basically, fall under time pressure, someone will lose.
Okay, let's do the Q&A later, and because we are recording this, we might use it later. So let's proceed.
And we have some Zoom online meetings just to have some guidelines. Chinna Irvagaru, can you help me here? How you are going to do it? What's your plan?
Is it the same day they do the rapid round?
We do it immediately. Okay. Chinna Irvagaru, మీరు చెప్తారా? You want to talk about it?
మీరు చెప్పేసేయండి అండి చిన్న గారు.
Okay. Okay. On the day of tournament, what we are doing is, because it's an online game, we don't know each other. We don't know how the other players are there and if somebody is helping them or not helping. I mean, we want a fair game here. So for the same reason, what we are trying to do is we want to have everybody on the Zoom meeting. So what happens is when everybody, all the participants will log into the Zoom meeting, and then within this, based on how your draws are, remember I told you like and how the namings would be like BU, the category name, and Gotam P. So basically, this is your name. So when you log into the Zoom online, you need to show all the names like this. So right now, if you see your Zoom meeting, there might be, you might be just saying China there. So instead of China, type in the group, your name, and your ID. That way we know exactly like, okay, this player is for this particular group. Otherwise, we don't know where to put it. The reason is boys group, boys say 9 to 10 group. So they, all those boys between 9 and 10, they will be playing in one room, one breakout session. So the admin in the Zoom online meeting, he will move everybody to that side. And then there will be 2 volunteers from LATA who will be watching you all the time in that room. So why they are watching you, just making sure that nobody is helping you. And what are the rules there? You need to unmute yourself. So basically right now everybody's on mute, right? That is because I'm presenting the data. So there should not be any disturbance. Fine. But on the tournament day, when you're playing, you want to unmute yourself. Why we are asking you to unmute? If somebody is prompting you from behind where we cannot see the camera, we want to catch them. If somebody, your friend, your brother, your sister, or your parent, if they're helping you, you want to catch that. Especially, that is not a fair game. You want to play a fair game. So you want to unmute yourself all the time. All the time means as long as you are playing the game, you have to unmute. And also you need to show your video and you need to show your face in the camera. You cannot say my video is on, but we cannot see you. No, you have to be on the camera. You have to be unmuted yourself. Okay. And if there is any violation, your opponent player can complain against you, or the LATA volunteer whoever is checking on you, they can check and disqualify you. What does it mean, a disqualification? That means you might be treated as losing that particular game. Okay, let's be aware of on that one. So the rules here is when you enter into the Zoom online meeting, you need to type in your category. Here this, when M says it's men, my name Chinna Panaganti, and my leech's ID here. So based on the grouping, the Zoom admin will move you into a separate breakout session. When you go into the breakout session, you will check all your draws and then you talk to your opponent, start your game. And as long as you're playing, you need to unmute yourself. You need to show your face on the video. Okay. Next one, finding opponents. I told you how to go there, right? So basically you go to your community teams, right? Community teams, players, and then you search for your on the left side and find your opponent on your left. And these are the game settings I showed you. Once you find your opponent, you challenge your opponent. What is the challenge button here? This is a challenge button. And you can also place here and see this is the challenge button here. You can also say challenge here, and then it will take you there. Okay. The next slide. Reporting. Okay. Once you challenge and the game is in progress, so somebody will win. So what does the winner do? And what is the next step? So you need to report the game result to somebody. So what you do is the winner of the game, whoever wins the game, he will report the scores in the WhatsApp group. Scores in the sense that you won. How do you report it? You need to tell the category, okay, I belong to boys 9 to 10 category. My name is so-and-so. I won against this player with this ID. So if you report this one, what we do is we go back to this leeches, the tournament generator, and then we'll mark one of them as ID. So the next person will move on to the next level. So once you move to the next level, you need to wait for your opponent. So this game is done. So you still need to wait for a winner from this guy, from this group, the second game. Once this second player is also available, you can challenge the next player. And that is how it continues until somebody wins that round. And this is a knockout style tournament. So that means if you lose the game at any stage if you lose, you are out of the tournament. Only the winner moves forward. Okay. I think that's it for now. Either we can continue with the question and answers, or you want to stop the recording. That's up to you. Chinna,
Yeah, one quick note. This is Srihari. So this